Welcome back, hope you guys are all well. So today we will be focusing on the outside of the car. We want to get all these panels prepped and painted by the end of the video. As well as that, guys, if you remember in the last video I was supposed to do the airbag in the driver's side seat. Hopefully by the end of this video that will be done as well. So yeah, there's a lot of work to do, so let's get cracking.
So our wings all been aligned and all panel beated out. So all you gotta do now is just get the lynching pad on it, level it all off, then just a skim of filler should finish that off. As well as that little dent right here, very light dent, and right here we panel beated it out. So all that needs now is just a skim. I did spot on the door, there's a very light dent on it which will need sorting out. We'll do that once we start mixing the filler for the wing. And the rear tailgate, there was a kink right here, that's all been sorted, just needs linishing down, leveling off, then you can get the filler on there. So let's get started and start linishing this panel down. So you lynch down all the panels, feathered them all out, and also giving them a good clean so you can start applying some filler. So I've applied the filler, we can give it a few minutes, let it set, then we'll start filing it down. So we are pretty much done with the filler work now, everything's all been shaped up. We're going to get the headlight fitted, check the line right here, and also the bumper, because there's another line right here that lines up towards the bumper. So we'll fit the light, bumper, make sure that line's right, then we'll start feathering it all out, giving it a good clean, and getting the primer applied on it. Wings done, doors done, tailgate's done. So we'll start fitting that light and checking the alignment. So that wing's all been shaped up now with the headlight and the bumper. So that's all sorted. I'm going to quickly just give you a quick feather over with the 400 grit around here. We've got a deep scratch marks. Once that's done, we start getting the primer on. So I feathered out all the areas that will actually be primering. On the bonnet there were a few stone chips and there's a bit of damage right here. The two little things right here, I've just filled it up with the putty and also just giving it a 400 just to flatten it out a bit because there's quite a few stone chips on there, so we'll give that a coat of primer. So I'm just going to carry on and start masking everything up. So I've applied 2 coats of 2-pack primer, so we can let that set for a few hours. So the primer's dried up really nice. I've also sprayed it with a guide coat. So first things first, let's remove the masking. So all the masking tape's all been removed off now. We're going to start the next process of actually dry sanding the panels first, where we've got all the primer. We're going to be using a 400 grit. Once we're done, we're going to just carry on and just wet flat it with the 600 and finishing off with the 800 grit. The way these papers actually work is the lower the number, the more rougher your paper is, and the higher the number, the more finer your sheet is. So these could start off with 400. They could start off with the 40 grit, which is a really rough grit, and it could go all the way up to 3000 to 4000 to 5000, and that's where you put on polishing stages. So anyway, enough of the waffle, let's get started. So I've dry sanded all the primed areas now, so we can start the wet flattening process now. The black stuff that was on the primed areas is a guide coat. What that actually does is it shows you how high and low your primer is. To get it nice and smooth, you won't see no blacked out areas. So that's what that does. Also what I'll be doing is using the scotch and just scotching out all the door, getting all the lacquer off it and getting nice and smooth. So I'll carry on wet flattening first. So I finished off wet flattening and scotching all the panels down. I forgot to mention the passenger side wing needed scotching down as well, as that's going to get blended in. So that's all been done. We need to take it outside now to give it a good clean, because we're going to have loads of compound stuck right around here and all the little gaps. So we'll get it out now, give it a good wash, then bring it back in. We can start drying it and prepping it for paint. So I brought the car back inside. It actually dried outside whilst I was cleaning the floors. So I'm going to leave that overnight for it to actually dry, because there's water inside the rubber seals. So hopefully by tomorrow that would have dried. So yeah guys, I'll catch you in the morning. So it's the next day guys, and we're going to be taking the car down to the spray booth. There's an obstruction blocking our way getting the car out. So I've got the boost back on charge. I did try to charge the car, but it's not having it. So once that moves, we get the car out and load it onto the truck. So we masked up the majority of the car now, so what we're going to be doing is getting inside the spray booth and just finishing it up. I can't wait to start spraying this, so let's get it inside. So we got the car placed inside the booth, so we're just going to put the sheet on it and start mixing the paint. So we just finished off masking the whole car up, so it's all done now. I've masked up the wing and that rear quarter panel. The reason being is we're going to be concentrating on the bonnet, the wing and the door. We're going to be building it up with the grey colour that we got, giving it a good few coats so it gets good coverage. Once it's done, we'll be removing the masking. The reason why we actually got it there is because we don't want a high build up and a rough edge, because these panels are already grey, and if we start concentrating on here without the masking paper, we just get like a rough texture, which we don't want. So once we're happy with our panels in that grey colour, we'll remove it and just blow it in. Let's start mixing our paint. So you just wet the floor guys, we've got paint mixed inside the gun. I'm going to tack it down, then we can start painting. So I've laid down the first coat of paint guys, so I'm going to let that set, give it a few minutes. I've got my second coat ready to start getting it on. So I applied 3 coats on the panels that we had, obviously the door, wing, bonnet. So that's all, had 3 coats on it. Then once we've taken that paper off it, the whole car, so we've given it 5 coats in total, 2 on the original colours. So what we're going to be doing now is mixing the lacquer. And also I forgot to tell you guys that the door that we had masked off on the passenger side, we actually removed the masking and just painted the old side. It wasn't worth it just blending two sides for no reason. We thought we might as well just do it fully all the way and just blend it all, rather than, you know, having two blend marks on each side. We thought we'll just blow it all in so it's all in one, so you can start mixing them like an ant.
So guys, it is the next day, the car's nice and dry. We let it set overnight, we let it bake for a bit as well. So yeah, the paint's nice and dry now. There is a bit of dust on the bonnet, but we'll obviously mop that out. So yeah, for now what we can do is I'm just going to start unmasking all the car. Once I've done that, we can basically get it back to the unit. So you're back from the spray booth, guys. The paint job turned out really well. It's got a few specs on it, like the bonnet and the tailgate, which we will be cutting and polishing out on the next video, so stay tuned on that. Also the front and back bumpers will need to get painted and a few other little bits, so stay tuned. Well guys, so in the last video I didn't get any time to install the drive side airbag, so I've got a bit of time right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the airbag in. It's just 2 bolts, 1 plug. Once I've got the airbag installed, I can send the seat off for restitching. So I finally got the driver's side airbag in. It was a little tricky trying to get the bolts, but it's all done and out the way, so that's ready for stitching now. So what we're going to do is we're going to send it off to have it restitched. Once that gets back, we can finally get that in and finish off the interior. But for now guys, we are going to put it a wrap for this video. If it is short, that's because we are heading straight down to the budget build to do a video on that as well. So yeah guys, we're going to end it there. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe. And if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Performance Rebels for a lot behind the scenes. Yeah guys, we'll see you on the next GTR video.